Have you ever noticed that the world has changed, but the human mind hasn't? We have faster technology, smarter phones, instant communication, unlimited information, yet millions of people feel more anxious, more distracted, and more exhausted than ever before. Why? Because the greatest challenge was never the outside world. It has always been the mind. More than 2,500 years ago, a man sat beneath a tree, searching for an answer to human suffering. He wasn't looking for wealth, or power, or fame. He wanted to understand one question: why do people continue to suffer, even when they have everything they once wished for? The answer, he discovered, still feels surprisingly modern. In fact, some of the Buddha's teachings seem less like ancient philosophy and more like advice written for today's world. Constant comparison, endless desires, fear of missing out, overthinking, attachment, distraction. These may sound like modern problems, but the Buddha described the roots of them centuries before the internet ever existed. Today, let's explore several timeless ideas from the Buddha that feel astonishingly relevant in modern life. And by the end of this video, you may discover that the wisdom we need for the future has been waiting for us in the past. The Buddha noticed something that most of us still struggle to see. We spend our lives chasing things we believe will make us happy. A better job, more money, a bigger house, more followers, more success. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a better life. The problem begins when we believe, I'll finally be happy when I get the next thing. Because once we achieve it, our minds quickly move the finish line. We want something bigger, something newer, something more. The Buddha called this attachment, not because possessions are bad, but because we expect temporary things to give us permanent happiness. Think about your own life. How many times have you looked forward to something, only to find that the excitement faded a few weeks later? The new phone, the promotion, the perfect vacation. The feeling never lasts forever. Today's world is built around keeping us wanting more. Every advertisement tells us that happiness is just one more purchase away. Every social media feed suggests that someone else is living a better life. Without realizing it, we become trapped in an endless cycle of wanting. The Buddha wasn't asking us to stop enjoying life. He was teaching something much deeper. Enjoy what you have. Work toward your goals. But don't attach your peace to things that are always changing. Because when your happiness depends on what you own or what other people think, your peace becomes fragile. Real freedom begins when your inner peace no longer depends on external success. The Buddha also taught that much of our suffering doesn't come from what happens to us. It comes from how our minds respond. Think about the last time someone criticized you. Maybe it was just one sentence. The moment ended quickly, but your mind replayed it again and again. Or perhaps you stayed awake at night, worrying about something that never even happened. The event wasn't causing the pain anymore. Your thoughts were. The Buddha compared the mind to a wild monkey, always jumping from one thought to the next, from the past to the future, rarely resting in the present moment. Sound familiar? Today, we carry that restless mind everywhere. Every notification pulls our attention away. Every headline demands our emotions. Every scroll fills our minds with more noise. Without realizing it, we become strangers to silence. The Buddha's solution was surprisingly simple. Observe your thoughts. Don't believe every thought. Don't fight every emotion. Notice them. Let them pass. Just as clouds drift across the sky, your thoughts also come and go. The more you observe instead of reacting, the more peaceful your mind becomes. Perhaps real freedom isn't controlling every thought. Perhaps it's realizing you don't have to follow every thought that appears. In today's world, kindness is often mistaken for weakness. People admire those who are louder, more aggressive, more competitive. But the Buddha offered a completely different perspective. He taught that real strength is found in compassion, not only for others, but also for yourself. Think about it. How often do you speak to yourself with more criticism than you would ever use with a friend? One mistake, and you call yourself a failure. One setback, and you begin to doubt your worth. The Buddha understood that suffering grows when we become our own harshest judge. Compassion doesn't mean ignoring your mistakes. It means learning from them without losing respect for yourself. The same is true in the way we treat other people. Everyone you meet is carrying a struggle you cannot see. The person who seems angry may be fighting silent pain. The person who appears successful may feel completely empty inside. When you remember this, your first reaction changes. You become less quick to judge and more willing to understand. The Buddha believed that compassion creates peace, not only in the world around us, but also within our own hearts. Sometimes the strongest person in the room isn't the one who wins every argument. It's the one who chooses understanding over anger and kindness over ego. The world will continue to change. Technology will become faster, life will become busier, and distractions will become even louder. But the human heart will continue searching for the same things it has always wanted: peace, purpose, and lasting happiness. That is why the Buddha's teachings still matter today. Not because they belong to the past, but because they speak to something timeless within us. They remind us that happiness isn't found by owning more. Peace isn't found by controlling everything, and freedom isn't found by escaping life. It begins when we understand our own minds, when we let go of unnecessary attachment, when we choose compassion instead of judgment, and when we learn to be fully present in this very moment. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson of all. The world doesn't always need to change before we can find peace. Sometimes the first change needs to happen within us. If this message resonated with you, take a moment today to slow down. Take one deep breath and simply notice this moment, because this moment is where life is happening. If you enjoyed exploring timeless wisdom inspired by the Buddha, subscribe to Ancient Wisdom Explained for more timeless wisdom. Thank you for watching.